Hey everybody. It's just after 1 and here we go. Let me grab one thing I need. So I hope everybody is doing okay. I know that I was just listening to public radio in the car, and we're now entering the first day of the stay-at-home advisory. Um, and I know that that can be really kind of stress inducing. Um, but certainly, we have some tools, thankfully, to help us get through all of this. So what I wanted to keep doing is just offering, I rushed in from outside with a lot of breath, to just keep offering some brief midday meditations to help with our emotional resilience. And one of the ways that a little mindfulness break can help is that it shifts our attention away from whatever we're focusing on in the moment just before, and especially if we're listening to a lot of news or kind of doom scrolling through social media, that can make us be in a really heightened kind of triggered state for fear and anxiety and so forth. And what's a couple of things is, one, like fear often leads to anger, and that can really skew kind of like our whole day, um, which is not doesn't feel good for us, doesn't feel good for the people around us. And so um, just being able to have a little practice so that we can pause and breathe, kind of just get off the roller coaster, get off the gerbil wheel for a few minutes, and just take a break, right? Two is that self-care is incredibly important right now for all of us. And that, if you're one of those people like me in the past who really thought of self-care as being something kind of self-indulgent or selfish, I really want to encourage you to reframe it as a way of um, offering yourself the same kind of care you would, to a small child, to that little you that may still be inside there, right? That's feeling a little like freaked out by things, and that it's never considered selfish or anything like that to take a break, take a pause, and just kind of have a time out that's not punitive, right? It's just about taking an actual break. And that also, the third thing about doing this is that it can be so helpful because whatever we're experiencing kind of mentally and emotionally in this moment, right here and now, and there's always another moment and another moment, they keep just kind of like time keeps passing, um, is going to be most impacted by the moment preceding it, and that however we're feeling right now is most impacting the very next moment that we enter. So if we can develop a practice that allows us to pause and be self-compassionate, that's going to let us make a day with a lot more peace and tranquility, and some greater ease, right? To be able to navigate whatever is coming next, because we can't predict these things, but we can take a break. So I'm going to keep doing these kind of midday. Normally, I think I want them to be at noon, but today I had someplace else I had to be. So we're just going to do like 10, 15-minute little breaks so that if you're on your lunch, you can take a pause, while you're having a coffee or a tea or eating your lunch. And then I believe I can also save the video. I'm not sure, I'm not used to doing these, but I think I can save the video for access later and put it on the YouTube channel that I have. So I invite you to, wherever you are right now, just shut off your devices, in terms of like bells and alerts. You can just put it to, on a phone, like do not disturb, right? And have a moment of just setting an intention and taking autonomy and your sovereignty for how you choose to spend the rest of the day. None of us loves the feeling of anxiety and fear. And in fact, none of those things are they're not permanent, they're constantly changing. And that can be kind of a blessing because it's like whatever we're experiencing, we know it's not going to go on forever. But on the other hand, it presents the challenge of how do we surf all of this without, with less stress, right? So just take a moment now, and if you're sitting, you can stay sitting. If you want to lie down, if you're working from home, and you can do that. Even if you are still at work and have to keep doing things, maybe just listening to this in the background is fine too. And if you feel like it, close the eyes. And just bring your awareness in a very focused way into the immediacy of your body. Starting with just feeling that sense of sitting or standing or lying down, wherever you are. Setting that intention to take a break. And knowing that whatever is going on in your mind, we're not going to try to silence any of that. We're just going to observe what's going on. But we set our intention to meditate by focusing just on the breath, noticing what's going on with the breath. And we do that by paying attention to the actual physical sensations of the breath. Okay? So I'll use this little bell that I really love here. It's got some beautiful inscriptions on the inside, little Tibetan bells. And start by just listening to the sound of the bell. Perhaps noticing how the sound arose out of nothing, just of silence. It builds up, gets a little louder, and then slowly fades away. And bringing your awareness to the physical sensation of breathing wherever you notice it most clearly. It might be kind of a sense of your whole body expanding and contracting. You might feel it at the belly or at the chest. Or you might notice it breathing in and out of the nose, feeling it just at the nostrils or just under the nostrils, kind of here on the upper lip, the philtrum. Neither one is better than the other. Just pick whatever feels easiest for you. Let this be easy. And know, too, that you don't need to be doing anything. This is not going to be doing anything weird. We're just going to simply sit and feel our breathing, be aware of the breathing, acknowledging the breathing, the gentle touch of our awareness. Just feeling the breath come in and go out. And this practice without trying to change it in any way or shape it. It's not like a yoga breathing exercise, pranayama, or anything like that. We're just simply letting the awareness rest on the sensations of breathing in and out. So that we drop into the present moment in this particular way with complete non-judgment. Just kind of gentle curiosity, like what is up with the breath right now? And whenever your mind is thinking things or it's pulled by sounds around you, it's all totally fine. Just when you notice the mind has gone away, the attention has gone away from the breath sensations, just gently release whatever was going on. You might mentally note it, thinking. If you're hearing sounds, you might note it with listening, or hearing, something like that. Very simple. And then just bring your awareness back to the breath. So take some time now, a few minutes, and just silence to breathe together. Knowing that you are breathing and all the living beings around you are breathing the same air. We share this atmosphere together, one planet, one beautiful blue, jewel marble. Perhaps bringing an awareness of how wonderful it is to simply be able to breathe, savoring our capacity to breathe. Just surfing on the breath. Just allowing the mind and the body to come to stillness without any force. Just gently allowing everything to be just as it is. Perhaps bringing into your awareness the sense that all those who are breathing with you also are wishing for happiness, for ease, safety, strength. That all of us, all living beings, share this set of desires. Sometimes we're not very accustomed to sitting in silence. It can feel a little unusual. Suddenly we notice the busyness of our minds. Just letting all that be okay. And as we begin to bring our little short afternoon practice to a close, taking a moment just to give yourself like a whole body thank you for taking this time to rest. Grateful for how you have this capacity to shift the energy of your day and for those around you. And once again, just listening to the sound of the bell as we bring this practice to a close. And as the sound fades, allowing the eyes to gently open. I want to thank you all for joining today. This will stay here so that you can revisit the video later. And if you've got any questions or anything that came up that you want to share, you can send a direct message to me, either through Art for Introverts or through my regular Facebook profile, or you can go to the artforintroverts.com website and use the contact page there to send me a message. I hope that you'll join me for further meditations together. Each time we'll do something maybe a little bit different, focusing on different things. And if there's something, excuse me, specific that you're kind of struggling with or that you have on your mind, definitely send me a message so that we can talk about that, and I can feature that in something that we're doing here for these free afternoon sessions. Right? All right. Thanks everybody for coming. Appreciate you. Take good care. Be safe.